Okay, so we've looked at the offline. So the offline is used obviously to authenticate the user. So what about once the user is authenticated? We may well want to redirect them to an online version. So the online version of the splash page will give you another opportunity to sell your brand, to get information across to the customer, or to sell advertising space. Now a quick way, if you've got a specific color scheme, you've got the specific logo, you are able to duplicate your offline and then create your online. And that's what I've done with this particular example. I've used the duplicate option, but what I've done is I've selected online rather than offline. And what that's allowed me to do is use the existing imagery and also all my logos. So you can see there's my Ocean Hotel logo, and there's the background images and the color scheme that I've previously added. So it's just a nice quicker way to create these splash pages. Now obviously we don't need to authenticate, so the Facebook, the Twitter, the LinkedIn example, that's disappeared. And what we've had that replaced with is a link to our own website, useful info button, and then we have these links to external websites. Now we've got TripAdvisor, BBC, Huffington, Telegraph, Outlook, Yahoo and Amazon. Now these aren't customizable and you can only have 6 of these turned on at any one time, but as we saw with the social media, you select the option at the bottom, try and put a 7th, you'll get a message advising that the maximum number has been enabled. So what you can do is just disable one if you wanted a different one on and select as required. Same as before, you can change the order. Anything with a pencil you can click into. So with the website, we can add in our own URL, and obviously when they click that button it will take them straight to our website. Useful info button, this is where we can add in a contact line or a content box. So your contact line, add a label and the value. Content box is just a free-form text box. Obviously when they click the button they'll be displayed with that information. So a few changes from the actual offline. We still get the logo in the text box, but we've now got this message saying thanks, you're now online. So it's identifying to the user they've got an internet connection, and we've also got a Google search box here which obviously they can type into, search for what they need to. Scrolling down, everything is the same. Past online options, but the imagery is the same. They'll periodically change in the background depending on how long they're there for. You can make it full size and set the transparency and header height. Clicking into the content area, again you get all the multi-purpose content boxes. You'll have your Twitter feed, you'll have your Facebook feed, all the imagery is exactly the same, but we now have a 4th toggle. And if I just add a multi-purpose content box in here and just scroll down to that, you can see this 4th toggle, which is the video toggle. As you can see, it's at the bottom here. Same as before, you can turn that off if you didn't want to use it, but if it was turned on, what you're able to do now is embed, because we've got an internet connection, embed a video within the splash page. Now we allow videos to be embedded from either YouTube or Vimeo, and the reason for that is because they keep their codecs fully up to date, so there'll never be a problem playing the video. So what you'd need to do is you'd need to go to Google or to Vimeo, copy the embedded code, and then you need to paste it into this little window, click verify, and if it's correct the video will appear straight away. So I've just uploaded a training video here, and as you can see you can play it from within. You can make it full screen, and with this little box we can push this to the top of the multi-purpose content box. We may drag this one towards the top of the screen, so let's just take that up and then make it full screen. So that means as soon as the user has been authenticated, they'll be redirected to your online splash page. They'll view the information at the top, and as soon as it starts going down, they'll see this video, and if they're looking at a laptop, they'll see it full screen or a larger image. If it's on a mobile, again, it will be the smaller one, but then they can play this or make it full screen as required. So I'm just going to make this one back to normal size. Now wherever you have an image, so we've got one here, you'll notice when I hover over, you've now got image URL. So on the offline splash page you didn't have this option because again you need a live internet connection, but what you can do is click image URL, enter in the URL of your choice. So this is where you want them to be redirected to from clicking that image. So it could be maybe your advertising or putting a specific offer to another part of your website you want to redirect them to. But what you're also able to do is run it as a campaign. So this will actually let you know how many people have been redirected to this splash page and how many have actually physically clicked that link. So it'll give you a good idea of how successful that particular campaign has been. All you need to do is give it a specific name, set the date range, so start and end, and then just click OK. That means then that's available. Anybody coming to the splash page and will click on that, those details will be logged. So again, you get the save template, save with version history, and then a message advising. So going back to our library, we've now got our online, we've got our offline, ready to be assigned to our access journey when required.